Hello there, my fellow bookworms, witches, nerds and weirdos. I'm Robin, your Manic Pixie Book Nerd, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been forever and life has changed so much since then. This video is here for two reasons. One of them is a bit of a chatty catch-up, let you guys know how my life is doing, what I've been up to for the past 5 months. It's been so long. I've never gone this long without a YouTube video. It's crazy. And I'm also going to be doing a mini kind of comic-y, graphic novel-y kind of haul because this last weekend I went to Comic-Con. Let's start with the biggest, most obvious change. My hair. I've gone back to red again, going back to my YouTube roots from the start of my booktube channel. Where I first started dyeing my hair properly, and it was this colour, although my hair was a bit longer then. My hair's shorter. Ooh, another thing that's happened since, just before the new year, I shaved my head, and you guys never saw that. That's crazy, because now it's grown quite a bit longer, and I'm about the same sort of length as I was my last YouTube video I uploaded. So I spent a few months with my hair back to its natural colour, which is a really dark brown. It's the same colour as my eyebrows. And now I'm back to red again. I did pink again because you guys know how much I love having pink hair. And I've gone back to red now. I've got no idea how long this is gonna last for. The only reason it is this colour is because my friend was like, can I choose which colour you go next? And I was like, yeah. So we went into Superdrug together and we chose it. That's my hair ramble sorted. With the first update all sorted now, I'm gonna start talking about the books, starting with this one right here from Frisson Comics. I apologise if I pronounced that wrong. It was not read aloud to me by the person selling it. This is a collection of mini comic stories called Weird Folk and Wives' Tales. So it's got a bunch of cool, interesting stories based on different kinds of folklore. It's a compilation of cultish comics, paganistic prose and impure illustrations from a bunch of different artists, and I thought, this looks so cool, would love to have it, so now I have it. Now to talk about my name change. I have legally changed my name to Robin. Since starting this YouTube channel, I'd started using an abbreviation of my birth name, seeing as it's less gendered, and I have now legally changed my name into something which aligns more with my identity as a gender fluid person, and that is Robin. So that's my name. I officially changed it back in February, so I've gone just over 3 months now identifying this way, and it's made me really happy. While my name was not taken from any DC characters, it's kind of known that I'm a bit of a DC person, so most of the rest of these comics are DC. And the one I'm going to talk about first is Batman Knight and Squire. And it's a collection of a couple of different comics about this knight and the squire. And they're inspired by Batman, but it's like a twisted British version. And there's like a British version of the Joker, and I thought this would be a fun read. And there was a deal on these books where it's 3 for £10, so of course I bought 6. This is the first one I'm showing you. Another big update in my life, probably the main reason why I haven't been posting for a while is that I've dealt with the biggest heartbreak of my life. Kind of crazy. I was in a long-term relationship for just over a year, and we broke things off on my birthday. So I haven't been posting since then, really, because things were really hard. Especially for the first month or two. So I'd needed some time to myself, some time to heal, and I'm back and I'm ready to go. And I think a good book to link this to, typical booktuber stuff, linking my personal issues to books, is this graphic novel collection, Harley Quinn Night and Day, which follows Harley Quinn after she's separated from the Joker and how she gets through that. And I feel like this will be quite a healing experience for me, personally, with personal experiences. Another update is the change in my reading kind of statistics. Genre-wise, I've been mostly sticking to the stuff that I know that I love, which is gothic literature, which is fantasy, classics, and a little bit of sci-fi as well. So that hasn't changed much. I've been a little bit less adventurous lately because I wanted to read comforting things. But one thing I have noticed is I've been reading a lot more comics and graphic novels in comparison to the amount that I used to. I used to read about one comic series for every 7 proper novel book, and now I'd say the split is kind of 50-50, which it's what I wanted back in I think the end of 2021. I wanted to read more comics and graphic novels because I was just getting into it. And now I've fulfilled that, but so much so that it's kind of consuming a huge part of my life. These next 2 DC graphic novels I've heard a lot about from friends who are also into DC, so I'm glad that I managed to find these in these deals that I got at Comic-Con. And the first one is The Court of Owls, which I've been meaning to read since I got into DC, basically. Well, the comic side. I've always known Batman. And another one of these is Faces of Death. So the Court of Owls is this secret organisation of assassins, and well, there's Batman in it, so and Faces of Death, it occurs when the Joker goes missing and Batman faces a bunch of different Batman villains without Joker there. Back to personal life stuff. As a combination of going through some personal emotional shit and also university work piling up, I've had quite an intense module this term, which has been a lot, so that's taken up a lot of my time. But anyway, with that, I've had less time to read and less time that I've set aside to read. So I've read 34 books this year so far, which I acknowledge the fact that many people don't read anywhere near that much in a year, but compared to the amount that I read, if you've looked at some of my previous wrap-ups and mid-year and end-year videos, you'll know that I read a lot. It's usually between 100 and 250 a year. If I don't get that up to my usual standards, that's okay. Maybe I'm just reading less and less. But it has meant that my TBR has been gradually increasing, because instead of reading more physical books than I buy, I'm reading about similar levels so to what I've been buying. So my TBR's kind of been climbing. Let me just show you my bookshelves at the moment. These are my bookshelves that I have at university, and out of all of them, this shelf here in the corner is a shelf of books that I read to go back to my family home, where I keep all the books that I have read. So yes, I have a lot of unread books, but fortunately I get to keep this flat over the summer, so I'm gonna work my way through them. Who knows, maybe I'll get back up to my usual level of reading now that I'm starting to get a bit more time. It's exam season at the moment, so there'll be less on after I've submitted my final assessments, and I'll have more time. I will hopefully get back into reading physical books. I have still continued to read them, but obviously not to the extent that I usually do. Let's go through a bunch more of the books. I'll go through most of them in this little segment here. So this is The Wrath, which is a graphic novel collection about one of Batman's rivals. So I thought that would be interesting. Kind of mostly got it so that I could get the deal. Then I also got the first book of Outcast, which I've heard plenty of good things about. It's a kind of story about someone who's been plagued by demons and now the end of the world's about to come. And I thought this seems like my kind of thing, and I've been meaning to read it, and it's affordable. So that's why. And this one is Inferior 5. These are the first 4 out of 6 issues, and it follows a bunch of normal teenagers as they're experiencing an alien invasion, and I thought that would be a really fun, wholesome kind of thing. I've got one more book to go through, but since I'm starting to even things out, let's add a little bit more of a personal tidbit. Skip this bit if you don't care. I've been getting back into my spirituality again. I mean, obviously it's always been there, but my practices and my rituals have been getting bigger and bigger. I've started to be more open about my religion with my friends, who are very accepting. And yeah, that's it. I feel a lot more connected to the deities that I work with. I feel a lot more rooted and confident in myself because of all the work I've been doing. So that's a little wholesome spiritual catch up. And now I'm gonna stop being such a hippie while I talk about this book. If you know me, you know I love Halloween so much. And this graphic novel is called Haunted Night, and it follows the Batman during Halloween. And no, I'm not gonna wait until Halloween to read this. I'm gonna read it just because I love Halloween the whole year through. That was everything I had planned to talk to you guys about in this video. If you have any questions, if they're kind questions, you're welcome to put them in the comments. I always reply to people if they do comment. I know it's been a while, but hopefully I'll get back to more regular posting as of now. But who knows what life stuff is going to happen. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll hopefully see you soon in another video. Bye!